All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champions taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. After all the hype, it's finally time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 56. They run for the first time with Benny Snell, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's go. Joker.
On second down, it's Snell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. Space to maneuver at the 40, and he connects with Ertz. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. And some room to maneuver. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On second down, Williams. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
319. 52's the mic. Man, I got you. Man.
Trying to run for it with Snell. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. On first down, it's Snell again. Desmond King making the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 24, Rodgers is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On third down, here's Williams. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Snell hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And picked up by the Chargers. He's got daylight. And a cut to the right and some open field here. 30. Past the 20. 10. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Back north. 48, exit. 49,
Here's Rodgers to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And an alley to run. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Bortles going to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Hey, check 26. We are going. Check. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. He's coming. We got double up. Showing it.
They'll run with Snell to begin the drive. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
319. Check 9. Check. Back north. Check. 319.
From the 16, Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Number 53, Mike 53. Hey, watch the slant.
He'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Bulldog Parker. Come. Get it.
Now a play fake. Bortles. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Jam. 44.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Exit. Quick down. Look. Squeeze. Shoot. Wide. Get wide. Topper.
Now Bortles. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
15, Hey, orbit.
From the gun on third down, Bortles. He's going to let this one go into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Ready.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bortles escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Got it.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
Bofo's the Mike. Mike's Bofo. Here we go, D.
Go.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 20, 10, 5.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Pilot, 64, weak. Check 3, hey, echo.
Play action. Now it's Bortles. Looking left side, and it's complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
You ready?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Smooth. Get it.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Hey, high 7.
Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the double.
44, Mike, 44.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike.
Snap.
Bortles now on first down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on what ought to be the final act of this first half. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, these two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Oh, what a juke into space. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there by Gordon. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first down run not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Ready?
On 2nd and 9. Bortles nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
6-6, pull it hard. 25, check 25.
Here's Snell yet again. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Logan. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. 44, Mike, 44. Stay dribble.
Throwing his Bortles. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry there to make the grab. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They fake the handoff. Now Bortles under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Snell, and he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 52 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Benny Snell, the intended receiver that time. And it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. They'll run with Snell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Alert 3. Recon, 132 fighter.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Chargers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Bortles. Benjamin's got it. And some room to work. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from a yard out. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Packers get a score closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Leo! Leo!
Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Shoot!
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Gordon. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. Rodgers now has hit on just 7 of 17 passes, 41%. Now Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ready, break.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The ball resting on their own 5 here as they come up to the line on 2nd and long.
Watch the screen. 5.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here.